Page 62, this is the march at the bottom of the page. I'm going to go through the process I used to learn a piece of music, and let's see what we end up with. I look it over, it's 2 lines long. The clef signs are treble and bass clef. The key signature, there's 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. All the Fs are automatically going to be played F sharps. However, in this piece, we're in this position, and there are no Fs here, so we're just going to use white keys. 4/4 time signature. Now keep in mind that even though we're here and we're not using any F sharps, you still need an F sharp in the key signature because we're in the key of G major. Just don't get locked into, well, I'm not using any, I don't need it. Yes, you do. Stay in the key you're in. Don't mess that up. Whether you use them or not is irrelevant. Make sure you're in the right key. We're in the key of G major here. And because the hands are doing different things, I'll take it one hand at a time. The right hand, I'm starting here. That puts the hand here. And it's 3, 4. Get the idea? So I'm going to go through and I'm going to play this melody, make sure I can do it okay. Then the left hand, I'm starting here, puts the hand here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so I can do the left hand. And once I have an idea what the hands are doing, I attempt to put them together. Now, at first I might hesitate. That's okay, because I'm just trying to figure out how the hands are coordinating here. So I'm here, and I hold the left hand down, and then here, and then here, and here. And make sure in measure 4, the left hand comes up when you play the G here. So that G's by itself. So I go through and I put the hands together, and then I go back over it slowly and carefully, however much it takes, doesn't matter, and get rid of the hesitations. You can go as slow as you need to, but no hesitations. It needs to be a steady beat from start to finish. Once I can do that, I think about the articulation. And I look it over and I don't see any. Well, isn't that fun? Well, technically, when they do that, you can do anything you want. It's up to you how do you want to interpret it. First thing I think about is, well, how about the phrasing? Can I figure out where the phrases are? If I can hear the phrases, I can lift up between the phrases. For me, to do that, I have to play the melody kind of quick because that helps me hear the phrase better. It's here. I could do this 2 different ways. Maybe I could take it in 2 major phrases and let each half note end it. Lift up. Lift up. It's like a statement reply. Statement. Reply. Or if it's fast enough, I could just take all 4 measures as 1 phrase. There. Just lift up at the end of the first line to go to the next line. There's different ways of interpreting the music that doesn't say anything. You can add staccatos and things in there. When you get to experimenting with it on interpretation and you try things out, I'm always experimenting with stuff. You can experiment with adding some staccatos and see if it helps. If it doesn't, don't. Accents the same thing, or whatever. I could disconnect the left hand. Just a slight disconnect between every note. So I'm disconnecting the left hand as interpreting that. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, whatever. That's kind of fast. If you're going to march, well, it says allegro, it's a quick march. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left. I don't know about the speed. You decide on the speed. The dynamics, I skipped dynamics. Let's go back. F is forte, is loud. It's going to be the melody is the right hand. So I'm heavy in the right hand. The left hand is in the background. It's soft. And then the hairpin at the end of the first line, just come down loud, sort of loud. Come down. It's called shaping the phrase. A lot of times in phrases, at the end of the phrase, you'll come down, shaping them. Not all. Some of them you don't. But a lot, it's like talking. A lot of times at the end of a sentence, you'd come down. The end of the sentence. You can tell you're at the end of the sentence. You don't keep talking to the end of the sentence. You come down. Same thing in music. You can shape these phrases. That's interpretation too. They're telling you to do that here, but you could do that even if they didn't do that. It's like in the second line, I could come down, I could decrescendo there, or diminuendo there, because it's at the end, and it's the end of a phrase. Don't have to, but it could, as far as interpreting it. This is one of the many reasons why different people will play the same music differently, and it's okay, because the wide variety of things that are possible. It's up to you and your imagination and your personality and your whatever as to how you're going to do it. Just don't violate anything the music tells you to do. Do that, but you can do a lot more. Now in the second line, it's MF, mezzo forte, so you come down a little bit. Left hand just stays soft. And I would diminuendo at the end too. I can't talk. I would come down there too. You don't have to. You could stay there if you wanted to. At the bottom there, they have a note to transpose it to F major. Well, again, you can transpose it to any key. I would suggest you one hand at a time if you need to at first to figure it out, get an idea of what's going on. But otherwise, you're just reading the intervals. But you got to read both staves at the same time, and the intervals are different in each staff. I would discourage you from writing in finger numbers all over and reading finger numbers. It's much better, in my opinion, if you could learn to read the intervals. So we're in G major here, and F major is going to be here. F major has one flat, a B flat. So we're here. Okay. So we're starting out with third finger and fifth here. And then the right hand goes up a third, and the left hand goes up a third. And then we're back here, the right hand goes down a fourth, and the left hand goes up here, a fifth. And then back to what we were doing before. Here, so you're doing it that way. I'm just reading it according to interval. In the music, if it goes up an interval, I go up an interval, so forth. Another way of doing it, if you can, is to transpose it in your head in the music itself. G major is here, F major is here. We went down a major second. So all I'm going to do is read all these notes mentally a major second under where they are. I'm going to go down a second, and I'm going to play these notes. So the B becomes an A. So here, and then G becomes an F. And then the next one, instead of a D, it's a C. And in the left hand, instead of a B flat, it's an A. So I'm just transposing it in the music down a second. That's all I'm doing here. And that's typically how I actually transpose. I will mentally read the note an interval away from where it's written in my head, and then play in the key of where I am. Another reason to know the scales, because then you get used to playing the notes in that key. You could do it in any key. They say, see, we only went down a second. I could go, let's go to E major. E major is a fourth down. Well, that's a little trickier, because then you'd have to, everything's got to be a fourth down. It takes practice. It's good practice, though. I recommend you try it, though, one hand at a time for a while. Transpose each hand alone, but try doing the different intervals and reading them and transposing in your head as you're playing. Also, try reading the intervals of where the music is. So if I'm here, I'm here. So I'm going to go, each one goes up a third. And then I go down a fourth here, which is here, and this goes up here. So you can do that. There are different ways of transposing. Why not learn them all? Practice them all. You got nothing else to do, right? Okay. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. Make sure you got those okay. I'm not going to do the dynamics. We're not performing it. We're just checking notes and rhythms. So I'm going to play both hands about the same. I'll give us 4 counts. You should be playing the same note I'm playing when I play it. 1, 2, ready, go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.